tell you a really gross story about my vagina. So if you don't want to hear about that, I suggest watching another video. Now I already sort of talked about this on my vlog channel. If you guys have been watching my daily vlogs over there, you already know what I'm about to tell you, but now you're gonna hear it in more detail, honey buns. Okay, girl. Let me tell you what happened. So it was time for me to go to the gynecologist. You're supposed to go to the gynecologist, I think, like once a year, and I have not been in like 4 or 5 years, which is really bad. Plus, I'm always having issues down below. I know this is definitely way too much information. You know what? I don't care. I don't care if it's TMI. Hopefully the people who don't want to hear about my vagina have already clicked off, and the people who do, maybe this video will help you or just make you laugh. Either way, I'll be stoked. So I have a lot of vagina issues, meaning I get yeast infections a lot. Gross. I get urinary tract infections a lot, and my period is super irregular. What else is wrong with my vagina? It's already necessary to go to the gynecologist once a year to just make sure you're all good, but for me it's especially important because my vagina is a hot mess. So I went in for a pap smear. Now some girls can go to the gynecologist and spread their legs and just like, hey, what up girl, I'm cool. But I am not that comfortable with it because I have only had one sexual partner, so there's not a lot of action happening in that area for me. So for me to spread my legs for someone is pretty uncomfortable. And then every single girl, every girl on the planet who has to go to the gynecologist has a fear. You have a fear that you're gonna spread your legs and something's gonna come out. And I lay down, super uncomfortable and awkward, naked with just like a little gross paper napkin, essentially, over my boobs and then one over my vagine. Spread my legs, and Miss McGee starts poking and prodding and sticking things in and scraping things around and doing what you're supposed to do in a pap smear. Now, like I said, I've had this done before and it was painful because I am not super active, so my vagine is not the most comfortable in that situation, and so I remember it hurting a lot. This time around, didn't hurt, and I was like, why don't this hurt? And it felt like there was more lubrication than there should have been. My gynecologist was really sweet. She's like, why don't you get dressed and I'll meet you out there. I sat up, and the second I sat up, ladies, you know this feeling when you sit up and you're on your period and you're like, well, something just eked out of me. And it is the worst feeling in the world. It also happens sometimes if you sneeze or you cough and you're just like, anyway, I sat up and I felt something and I was like, okay, there's no way that's my period. I just had my period 2 weeks ago. She walked out of the room and I stood up and my paper napkin bra and my paper napkin panties fell to the floor. I'm standing butt naked in the doctor's office. Look at the table that has more of that nasty crinkly paper on it, and it is got a nice little puddle of menstruation, just chilling. I am mortified because that means that while she had her probes and prods and fingers and things inside of me, my period started. This is every girl's worst nightmare. Everyone talks about this potentially happening and everyone goes, there's no way, that would never happen to me. That could never happen. And it literally happened to me. And for all of you who are about to comment right now, this is disgusting, you're so gross. But you know, it's not like I purposely did something gross. What is in my hair? This has been in my hair the whole time. Just a piece of fuzz. Listen, it's not something I could control. It's not like I went into the gynecologist being like, I'm gonna bleed on that hoe today. I don't think girls should be ashamed of talking about their periods. It's something that happens to every single one of us, and it's natural, it's normal, it's healthy. So I'm not ashamed of my period. I am a little embarrassed that it happened to start on another person, but it's life. And I also think it's fine to talk about going to the gynecologist. I think it's good that girls talk about their periods and their vaginas and the gynecologist because it's important to make sure that we're all healthy and everything is working down there. So anyway, girls watching this, if you're reading comments and they're saying that periods are gross or girls are gross or talking about the gynecologist is gross, don't listen to them. You are normal and beautiful and perfect with your periods and with your vaginas and with your gynecologist visits. Don't let anyone think that we're disgusting for wanting to talk about it, because listen, men talk about their dicks all the time and talking about their dicks and the size of the dicks and the dicks do this and the dicks do that and blah blah blah, and they think it makes them more of a man or whatever. And I want to talk about my vagina. So my vagina bled on my gynecologist. Does that make me a woman? Hell. I love you guys. Remember to choose happiness today and always. And also, if you guys want to see my daily life, make sure to subscribe to my vlog channel. I'm posting every single day this month over there. A lot of crazy stuff's been going on. I love you to death. I will see you later. Don't bleed on your gynecologist. It's very embarrassing. Goodbye.